Today we have Nancy Beauflood with us. She is the writer of First Laugh, Welcome Baby, and we are doing this special storytime presentation for Mother's Day. Thank you again for joining us, and if you allow me to share my screen, I will start our introductions. Before we begin, a little bit about the book and our author. About First Laugh, Welcome Baby. It was written by Rose Tahe, Navajo elder and educator, and Nancy Beauflood. Illustrations are by Jonathan Nelson, a Navajo artist. The book was chosen as one of 200 international books to be featured on the White Raven list by International Youth Library in Germany. In Navajo families, the first person to make a new baby laugh hosts the child's first laugh ceremony. Who will earn the honor of this story? The first laugh ceremony is a Navajo celebration held to welcome a new baby to its family, clan, and community. As everyone from the baby's nima, mom, to nadi, big sister, and to cheii, grandfather, tries to tickle a baby to laugh and giggle, everyone waits and watches. Finally, when baby laughs, the family gets to celebrate. About our author, Nancy Beauflood. For the past 20 years, Nancy has been working with Navajo and Hopi teachers. Together, they searched for books in which students could see themselves. They found few, so she began writing about the desert, about Navajo, about their favorite sport, rodeo. At many farm schools, she was reading from her book, Cowboy Up, rather than Navajo Rodeo. This little second grader, wearing an extra big t-shirt, jeans, and cowboy boots, raised his hand, grinned, and said, "I am in your book." Why does she write? So all children can see themselves in books. She also writes for readers who have never met a Native American or had a sister deployed or a brother sent to war. Soldier Sister, Fly Home, Warriors in the Crossfire, WW2. What is it like to be that other and then discover we are so very much the same inside? And before we begin and hand things over to Nancy, we will go over our functions. This is Zoom. We have a chat option. If you have any comments or need any help with technical issues, please feel free to use our chat box. We also will be using interpretation. This is being interpreted into Spanish simultaneously as well as ASL. Please choose your preferred language by going to your bottom right options. You'll see a gridded globe interpretation icon, and in there you can click English or Spanish for your channel. If you need any help with any of these options, feel free to ask in the chat. And with that, we will turn it over to Nancy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alex, and thank you to the Garfield County Libraries for having this event. It is very exciting to share this part of Navajo culture with you. The Navajo elder, Rose Tahe, was initially one of my students. She's a teacher herself. She was working on her PhD, and she was fluent in both Navajo and English, not in Spanish. But such a wonderful teacher and a wonderful student. And what she wanted to do was bring more books to children about the Navajo Nation. So we worked on this book together. And the saddest part is that Rose became quite ill and was able at least to live long enough to know that the book was going to become a real book. So I would like, before we start reading the book, I would like to introduce Val. So Val, let's see, Val is sign language, American Sign Language interpreter. And she was born hearing, but when she was just a few months old, she became ill and through that illness lost her hearing. So she doesn't hear anything, but she is going to tell you a little bit about herself. So Val, she is now a student at Gallaudet University, and I'm talking to her through the chat. Okay, let's see. Val. Val? Yeah, okay, here she goes. And I'll try to interpret as best I can. So she's Valerie and she's deaf. So she's Valerie, and that's how you spell her name in American Sign, and she's going to do the alphabet. So you can see how that looks. A, B, C, D, E is a hard one. F, G, H, I, J, oh, K I can never do. She's always correcting me. L, you know that, see this one, M, N, O, P, and Q, R, S, and then I see S, T, U, U, V, W, oh, X is too hard, X, Y, and Z. So thank you, right? Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Right, and we're going to start out by also having her show baby, the sign for baby. Okay, everybody, can you do that? Can you do that sign for baby? Rock that baby. Great. Now, sheep, because there's lots of sheep in this book. Navajo love their sheep. So sheep, show us sheep. Is that the wool? Like this, as if you are going to be combing the sheep's wool. Nice, wool, good. So we have baby and sheep, and then we're going to do laugh. So a happy face, laughter, a happy face, very nice. And now we're going to try the whole title. Let's see if you can do this with us. First, laugh, welcome baby is the title. First, remember laugh, and to welcome somebody, to bring them in. Welcome baby. And then thank you, right? Very nice. Okay, before we start reading the book, we are going to sing a very simple song about sheep and baby. And I bet you some of you know this song. It's called Ba Ba Black Sheep, right? And there is black sheep, right? So sing with me. Sing with me. Here we go. Ba Ba Black Sheep, have you any wool? Well, what do you think that sheep says? There's wool. Yes, so this is yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 bags full. Very nice. 1 for my brother. There's a sign for brother. 1 for my sister. Nice. And 1 for that baby and mother. To say, I love you. There's a sign for love. 2 different signs for love. I love you. Wonderful. We're going to do it one more time. There's love. Good job. Beautiful. This is beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. Okay, here we go. We're going to do it one more time. Sing with me. Wonderful. Ba, ba, black sheep, have you any wool? And the sheep, ba, yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 bags full. 1 for my brother, 1 for my sister. Peek. 1 for the baby and mother. To say on Mother's Day, I love you. I love you. So there's a song you can sing to your mother. And now we will start with the book. First laugh, welcome baby. Here we go. We'll get the pictures up on the screen so you can see them. Wonderful. Thank you, Alex, so much. He is so good at this, working in 3 languages at one time. So here we are. First laugh, welcome baby, written by Nancy Beauflood and Rose Tahe, and illustrated by an amazing Navajo artist, Jonathan Nelson. Okay. There is the cover, and we can see the sheep, and we're going to count 1, 2 sheep we see, because Navajo believe and feel very strongly about taking such good care of everyone, and especially their sheep that gives them their wool for clothes and things to eat themselves, and such wonderful companions. So here's Mama and Papa and the baby. Okay. Next. Baby, we wait, watching, tickling, smiling. Right, next. When will we hear your first laugh? For the Navajo, the laughter is when we become fully human. And when we become fully human, most important is to share and be kind. Share and be kind. Next. Baby, you nap in your crib. Grandmother, your Nimasani, tucks you under a blanket in your skyscraper home in a big, busy city. Maybe Denver, maybe Los Angeles, maybe New York City. All week long, your Papa works welding buildings of steel. I bet this is Papa over here building this new skyscraper. And Mama? Mama is teaching children at school. And where's the baby? Next picture. Let's see. Oh, there's that baby. Oh, baby. Grandma's taking care of you. You're Nimasani. And there's the sheep going round and round for you to watch. Okay, next. Soon. Okay, everybody, let's see if you can wiggle and squirm and stretch. Eyes get open. You're awake and you start to smile. Oh, is that baby gonna laugh? Who's gonna make that baby laugh? Let's see if that baby is gonna laugh. Next picture. Oh no, then such a frown. You are hungry. Oh, so hungry. You start crying even, I bet. Next picture, what happens? Oh, smells from the kitchen tickle your nose. Big sister, your naughty, sprinkles salt cedar ash into bubbling blue cornmeal mush. Doesn't that sound delicious? I've love eating blue cornmeal mush, but I'd never seen it before until I lived on the Navajo Nation. Next picture. Eat, little baby, eat. Fill up your tummy. Then will you laugh? See, Valerie's filling up her, showing how you fill up your tummy, and then will you laugh? Because when you finally laugh, we get to have a great celebration, but somebody needs to get that baby to laugh. Who will it be? Next picture. Let's see if it shows us. There is Mama. Navajo baby, Dene away. You often visit your grandparents on the Navajo Nation. From your cradle board, in the shade of a pinyon tree, you watch your nima, your mama, and she's weaving a beautiful Navajo rug with birds in it, bluebirds and thrushes, her tree of life rug. And can you see in the background one lonely little sheep waiting for that baby to laugh? Next picture, let's see what happens. Oh, there's that baby in the cradle board. So it's nice and safe. Ribbons of buckskin. See those ribbons of buckskin? Hold you in that cradle board so snug, so your legs will grow strong and your back straight. And there's that dog watching carefully, guarding that baby, while the sheep are waiting and waiting and waiting for that baby to laugh. Next picture. Next picture. Caw, caw. Look, little baby. Raven is teasing. Swoops low, then soars high. Next picture. Will that make the baby laugh? What do you think? There goes Valerie flying away, soaring high. Your mouth opens wide. It stretches. A smile? Oh no, just a sleepy pink yawn. Oh baby, you're falling back to sleep. Even the dog is waiting for you to laugh. When will you laugh? Next picture. You ride on a horse across that red mesa, snuggled up right in front in grandmother's arms. She shows you the sheep while tickling your chin, and you grin. Uh-oh, the dogs bark, and the coyotes yip and yowl. Oh, you get scared. Little fingers curl around grandmother's hand. Oh, that baby's not going to laugh right now. Next picture. Your lips turn down. Oh, what a scowl. Oh, baby. What's that in the background? What's going on back there? I see a windmill, maybe a horse or a cow. Let's see. Okay, next picture. Come on, baby, we're going to show you something fun. Grandmother kisses your cheeks and your tears. Don't be afraid. Look, there's the windmill. It brings up the water for cows and their baby calves. You reach toward those silver blades spinning and spinning in the wind. And who's that waving hello? Let's see. Maybe now you'll laugh. Next picture. Whoosh, grandfather, your cheii splashes water that sparkles with sunshine. Come on, baby, you squeal, legs kicking. Laugh, little one. Oh, not even a smile. No smiles, huh, Valerie? No smiles, none. No smiles. Next picture. Is this baby ever gonna laugh? Let's see, how are we ever gonna have our celebration? There's Papa waiting for you. There's your big brother and your big sister. Next picture. Oh, baby. Oh, we wait. We wonder. When will you laugh? Oh my goodness, we've waited a long time. Next picture. Let's see. They're at home on the Navajo Nation. Now, tonight, after napping, oh, you wake up. Okay, can you all wake up over there? You stretch. Let's see everybody stretch, 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 stretch. Valerie's stretching too. And look, you're not tired. You're not hungry. You're not scared. Oh, big brother makes silly faces. Can everybody make a silly face to that baby? Maybe if we all make silly faces, that baby will laugh. Baby, baby, baby. Sister plays her Navajo flute. Now, baby, will you laugh? Next picture. Papa tickles your tummy and your toes. Mama sings with the sunset. Oh, everyone is getting tired of trying to get that baby to laugh. Next picture. Next picture. Your eyes open wide. Your tiny lips quiver and turn into a big smile. You look around. Grandfather holds you up high, then higher. Grandmother whispers a corn pollen prayer. And what happens? Turn the page. Let's see what happens. Next picture. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, your arms wave. Your smile grows big, still bigger. And then in the next picture, what do we see? Next picture, like babies everywhere. Long ago and today, you laugh. Grandparents nod, sister giggles, brother jumps, mama and papa clap, and everyone cheers. Oh yes, oh yes. Next picture we see everyone happy, even that sheep wants to know what's going on. The baby is laughing. Yes, now we can have our special celebration. Let's see, next picture. Oh, baby, yes. We welcome you, Navajo baby, into your family, into our clans. And everybody comes, even the sheep comes, and we're all here with balloons and games and basketball and wonderful food, fry bread and Navajo tacos. And on the next picture, we see the family. Next picture. There is Grandpa and Grandma and brother and sister and Navajo baby and Mama and Papa and everybody celebrating. Now, Navajo baby, you are here, fully here, and we celebrate. We are so happy. Welcome, welcome, Navajo baby. Thank you so much. All finished.
Thank you so much, Nancy. That was wonderful. And thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, Valerie. Thank you, Valerie. That was wonderful. Wonderful to watch.
Thank you. And now I do have some questions for you, Nancy. If you can type.
I will.
To Val. And give me just one moment.
So I'm saying, Valerie, can you sign these questions from Alex?
First question, Nancy. What inspired you to write this story?
What inspired me? Oh, wait a second. What inspired me to write this story? Okay. Being with the Navajo families. I'll just say a bit more, let Valerie figure out how to do Navajo. So my husband and I were living and working, teaching. He was working at the hospital as a pediatrician and working with families on the Navajo Nation, first on the western side near Tuba City, and then on the eastern side near Chinle Canyon de Chelly. I learned so much from Navajo, and they are such wonderful, welcoming people. They have a saying, Hojo, walk in beauty, which means to walk in harmony with all parts of the world. I try to type while I'm talking, which is a little tricky. And I never felt any anger from them. And certainly the US government has, like from almost all of the indigenous people, made treaties, broke treaties, taken land, used land, left terrible garbage, left uranium mines open and behind, all kinds of things. But for the Navajo, the first laugh ceremony, which I looked and researched for other cultures that had a ceremony like this, that no one has one quite like they do. One is that laughter is healing and sacred. And that so when the baby first laughs, they become fully a human being, and are now welcomed into the clan. When this happens, the mom and dad with the baby give each person that comes a bit of salt on their tongue, and the salt on the tongue is very precious, and it's a reminder that no matter what you have, you share with everybody. And there's a blessing of, may this baby always have laughter in their life, and may they always have kindness shown towards others.
Perfect. I do have a question from the audience. Let me type that into the chat for Val. But the question is, Nancy, how were you received by the Navajo people when you and Bill first went to the Navajo Nation? How did you gain their trust and friendship? It's a great question.
I think, I did mention, we felt so welcomed, and we felt that we were, working side by side. I was working with teachers and students. Bill was working with patients and staff. And there was always, from the beginning, a sense of working together and figuring out how best to provide or create things for the people, for the children especially. The Navajo teachers I was working with, they what they wanted was ways that their own culture was seen in the books that they were, the materials they were using, the curriculum they were using to teach, and so that the children could see themselves in the books and in the curriculum. So, and I think there's a great saying is that you don't know a culture until you hold their babies. And I like I said, worked side by side, grinding corn, going on hikes, but making meals together, using the outhouses, just living side by side, and everything was. So many times it would be a learning experience, like even learning how to give thanks when you butcher a sheep, and that they do this in such a sacred way. I was just so thankful to be able to learn from them.
Perfect. Next question. What does Navajo culture mean to you?
Oh, wow. You have good questions. I mentioned Hojo. And I think when I think of Navajo, I think of that word first of all. In the book I wrote about two young sisters that actually were biracial. I use the word hojo because of the walking in beauty. And when I first heard that, I thought, what does that mean, walking in beauty? And the prayer goes on, there's beauty beside me, there's beauty before me, there's beauty behind me. And I think this idea that we are all connected. So I'll walk in beauty, and that we are all connected. So it doesn't do any good to be angry or to be resentful of what's happened in the past. You know, walk in beauty now, here in the present, with those you're walking with. So not Welsh in beauty, but walk in beauty. I typing here. Okay, and yes, we are all connected. The land, the air, the animals, the plants, and it's very exciting to see these thoughts and this philosophy becoming more part of what people are talking about today, in terms of our health depends on environmental health. We're not separate from it. It's not separate from us. If we're going to contaminate and pollute our environment, we are polluting ourselves. So if we're going to be angry with our neighbor, then we're going to get anger back. So there you go.
Great. And our next question is about the book. So can you tell me a little bit about the publishing process? So how long did it take you to get the book out there, from inception of the idea, illustration, to the actual publishing and distribution of it?
Several years. I had a writing group with some of the Navajo teachers. Rose was in that group, and they very much, as I mentioned before, they wanted to develop books for the kids that were of the culture, and Rose particularly was interested in the first laugh ceremony, and it doesn't appear in any other books or curriculum other than little baby books published by a publishing company out of Flagstaff, a very good company, Selena Bookshelf, but it is for the very much a preschooler. So working on this book, and I'll tell you, we would meet every week, and Rose always had a big slice of lemon meringue pie. Doesn't that sound like a good way to walk in beauty? That was terrific. She was this tiny little lady, and I unfortunately have to use past tense because we worked on it for a couple of years, and then we were able to find a publisher. So that was the next step, and it was still at a time when publishers were saying, nobody's interested in Navajo, nobody. And that's the kind of response we got from several publishers, until Charles Bridge Publishing, the editor there, Karen Boss, was very excited about the book and said yes. And I said, well, one of the things is that one of the things I feel very strongly about is that we must have a Navajo illustrator, a Navajo artist. And it took us almost a year to find a Navajo artist who was willing to take on this project. And that's Jonathan Nelson. He grew up in very, very traditional, over near Farmington area, but just on that corner of the Navajo Nation up there in the Four Corners area. And he and his wife, who is also Navajo, are now in Denver, teaching at Denver University. So it's wonderful. We both felt like we want somehow to also express in this book and show in the illustrations that the tradition, yet the contemporary life, that Navajo are alive and well and vigorous and beautiful, and so that this, and yet they have held onto their language as well as their cultural traditions. So that was important, and we wanted somebody who was willing to do that. So you saw the skyscraper as well as the hogan and side by side, and that's the reality. That's how they want to continue. So usually that whole process, then once you have an illustrator, will take 1 to 2 years, and in this case, Jonathan Nelson was able to complete the illustrations in less than a year. During that time was when Rose passed on. So then we had another problem, and I give so much credit to Karen and her at Charlesbridge, because she said, yes, she'll continue even though the first author is no longer living, which is many publishers would say, okay, no, no more, that's it. So they got it out, and in just a couple of years' time.
Great, thank you. And I was going to ask about the art, but you answered that so perfectly. I
must say, Jonathan was very fun to work with. I did ask him. I said, Johnny, the father and the mother are wearing more traditional. Their hair is in that traditional bun, but the grandfather and the grandmother, less so, are wearing traditional clothes. And he said, yeah, that's how it is right now. Those of us who are younger, we want to go traditional. Those of our parents, our grandparents, they don't want to. So I said, you're right. It reflects exactly how it is. So he was, he paid attention to every single detail. So that was good. That was wonderful. And you'll see on the hogan, which is certainly Navajo, they may live in an apartment or a house that's as modern as anybody's, but they will still have on the reservation their family land and their hogan where they come for their ceremony. So you see on the last page the hogan, and that in fact there is wiring for you see the wiring for the electricity, but especially for the television and internet. So
perfect. Let me ask you a little bit about sign language. What inspired you to have sign language interpretation for this story? How do you think that's important? And how did you get to work with Val to have that available for this story?
Well, interesting that how it happened was I wanted, I would love to have had Navajo, but I didn't know who to ask there. But last month I did a storytelling for one of the book stores in Denver, Book Bar in Denver. My newest book is called I Will Dance, and it's about a young girl who has severe cerebral palsy, CP, and she can't move much but her hands and her head and her neck, a little bit her arms. But from the time she was 3, she wanted to dance. And when I did my reading for them, I give them credit because they said, there's a terrific resource here in Denver called Feel the Beat. And Feel the Beat is a movement dance, all ages, all abilities, all inclusive. And they said, how about if we have a little, because we were going to be doing some dancing afterwards, everybody, and how about if they're there and they can dance? And I said, and what about, because many of their dancers are deaf, how about if we have sign language? And I just felt like it was opening a door to our awareness of sign language and the importance of sign language and the importance of being inclusive. So Valerie here is from the Pacific Islands. Let me just a note to Valerie. And she is at the university taking regular university classes. I don't know what I want to ask Valerie, but the sign language, those of you who were watching her, which I always am tempted to be watching her and not the book, is It is such a beautiful language, and it's exciting to me that it's becoming recognized as a true, a true full language, and that it's a language that people can take as a second language, as well as Spanish or French or whatever. It offers it offers something very special, because sign language involves the face, the emotions, as well as the hands. Anyway, I thought that was such a great idea that I thought, I'd like to have that available whenever I do a storytelling, is have it in a sign language interpretation. So.
I love it. It's amazing. And thank you so much, Val. I'll type that in.
Oh.
I do have one last question. Oh, sorry about that. I got some echo. What is next for you, Nancy? What project are you working on?
Oh, thank you for asking. Several projects. One is has to do with fires, forest fires, and it's a picture book that I'm trying to weave that we need fires, and yet fires are deadly, but we need fires, and we have not allowed fires in forests, which is why one of the big reasons we have these horrible mega fires. So anyway, for trying to communicate this in its complexity and not dilute the complexity to children and their parents about that fires are good, and fires are important, and forests have to be taken care of like any kind of garden. And we get right back here to Navajo, and indigenous people have been doing this for centuries, realizing that you take care of the land, including you take care of a forest like you would a garden, if you want it to be healthy and strong, and to continue to produce the things that you need, and to produce the things that other animals and plants and birds and everybody needs. And takes care of the soil, takes care of the air, trees. If we didn't have trees, we wouldn't have the oxygen that we need. Their roots help us with the soil. Anyway, so that's a big one for me right now. I'm also working on a novel that has to do with parents in prison. So a novel in which the girl's father is a war veteran, and he gets himself in trouble with his PTSD, and like so many war veterans, and we've been in war in Afghanistan and for the last 20 years now. So sadly, we have many veterans, and that there's a very high rate of veterans ending up homeless or in prison or committing suicide. And so this novel, which would be for older middle grade or young adult, is about the relationship between the daughter and the father, and how can they continue to be a family even though dad's in prison. So.
Well, thank you. I look forward to that. And we probably look forward to hosting that as a book club if it's for older kids and teens. This was wonderful, Nancy. Thank you so much for being with us today. And we hope to, again, host you for the next book. Thank you, everybody, for joining us as well. This will be recorded, and it will be posted on the library's Facebook and YouTube, so you can revisit if you missed the beginning, or you can share out throughout your communities. And with that, we'll go ahead and leave you. Any last words, Nancy, before we leave today?
Well, I want to thank Valerie. So thank you, Val. And I want to thank everyone for taking the time to be here. I also want to just, when I'm doing presentation, reading with kids, which I love to do, I just remind them, read every day. Reading is so important. The parents keep reading to your children from the time they're born until they graduate from college. Keep reading to them. So keep reading those books. And thank you for having such a vibrant library system here.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Sorry, we have one last question. And it's a great question. Where can we get the book?
There's in this county, there's 3 places now. In Glenwood Springs is Glenwood Toys and Gifts and Toys. So there's that shop. We don't have a bookstore anymore, right? In Carbondale is the closet or attic, the used and new clothes and toys for children on Main Street in Carbondale. And then there is a bookstore in Basalt there by the Whole Foods. I can't remember the name of it right now. So those 3 places, and of course online, you can purchase online. And one thing too is you can borrow it from your library.
We will have copies of the book at all 6 of our Garfield County branches.
And there is the activity that I'll just put a little plug in too for the activity. So you go to the library and you can pick up an activity bag that goes with the book, which is beading. So just a simple beaded bracelet. So you can make for someone, for yourself, or for someone you would like to give it to, and even a mother tomorrow. So those are available at every library, correct? Is that right, Alex?
That's correct.
Yeah, no charge, free. So,
Okay.
and thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, everybody, and have a wonderful weekend again.
Thank you.